Hey guys, I've got KG Tropicals in the ear pods. They're wrapping up over there. I've got KG Tropicals in the ear pods. Yeah, they're wrapping up over there. I don't know if you know this, but the ear pods are tap sensitive, so when I hit that, it shifted the ear pods. I give up.
Anything's possible. January 1st is not the end, but I don't think for us it's time to hit the panic button. But for the people who are creating good content that's educating children, going to become better human beings.
Okay. I hope that takes care of the echo. I turned off the audio on my side. I've got John at a low volume over here. I think he's got some, KG Tropicals has got some super chats he needs to take care of. And we're going to get started. This chat is filling up, guys. Welcome. How is my audio? Everybody hear me? How we doing? Chattanooga Ed, you've been here for a while. Dan Slee, Rim and Liz featuring Fish are here from the land of Indiana. Welcome. Fish Room Fever, hey, what's going on? Nice new ranch on you there. Who else we got in here? Great that you guys showed up. Welcome. Otter Creek Aquatics. Hey, man. Haven't seen you in a while, Kendall. I know you've been covered up, raising a family, raising all those guppies and endlers. Chelsea Riley, what's going on? Okay, let's see. I think, Chelsea, I think you're onto something. If I were guessing, I would guess that's the hashtag for tonight. But there have been some other recommendations in John's stream. I don't know what he's going to actually end up saying. Oh, it's a government rant. He's on a roll. Skipper's Aquariums, Big J's Fish Keeper, B. Mowdy. Welcome aboard. Good to see you all. Oh, it's not going to be Weasel. You guys got it. Okay. All right, Chelsea. I think you're right. Let's see. He's sending over to Rat Cross. River Life. Come on, guys. He's got 287 in his stream, asking them to come over here and jump in the community tank. That's where it's happening. It's all going on right here. Pet Zotics, hey, good to see you. Chat's going nuts over here. Thank you guys for jumping in all at one time. Hung Chow, as long as you can stay, buddy, you're welcome. And as a EV driver and owner myself, I'd like to see that Tesla reveal too. Kaler's Aquatics, Bob, how are you? Good to see you. Appreciate all the work you do around here. Candace K63, how dare you? Hashtag how dare you? Thanks, KG Tropicals, for sending over the hashtag how dare you. Recon 338, Anthony's Fish Friends, Matt Man B, Honda Civic, Bruce Leroy, Tater Salad, good to see you here. Kevin, who in the world? IBPPL, IB people? Okay, thanks. Welcome. Melissa Jeswald, how dare you? And how are you? Tyler Lott is in the house. Okay, I think KG Tropicals is off the air. All right, we'll give everybody a second to get in here. What's up, Greg Bean? Jesse Buchholz? Scott Gordon? Todd Snake? Shelby Ray Lane? Hey, Shelby, good to see you here. I appreciate your support. You watch and comment on almost every video that I make, and I appreciate that. Thanks. Scott Gordon? Jack Kawamoto, the Zen Ginger, D Max, Jay's Crazy Obsessions, Frankie Fins. Man, Dally Vigil, how dare you? Good to see you. I'm glad you made it. Who we got? Can you guys, I didn't see an audio check. I'm sure you gave me one and I missed it. Does everything sound okay? JD Chico, Moonstone KK, my apologies for referring to you with masculine pronouns last week. I apologize. Live stream tunnel vision is apparently a weakness. If you'll forgive me, I'll try to do better. Welcome, Moonstone KK. Candi Overhuls. Thank you, Candi. Audio is great. Appreciate that. Multi-tank addiction with a $2 super chat. First of the night. Thank you, Chris. Let me go ahead and say, Chris, the answer is no. We'll talk about it more later. But tomorrow looks good. Who else we got? James Holbrook. Diego, I think I said, hey, Pet Exotics. And 54 Punchie, The Art of Fish Keeping. How you doing, Pamela? Cody's son. Come on in, guys. Come on in. The water's great. Glad to have you. Dorcula, how dare you? Welcome. We got the Dorcula in the house. Awesome to have you here, Katie. Tara HM, Hung Chow, so happy to hear you own an EV. Yeah, I'm an early adapter. It's a 2015 Nissan Leaf. Love it. Haven't bought gas in several years. Digging it. Okay. All right, lots of new names here. Paul Jones, Vern Ellis. Great seeing all you guys. And if you're a regular community tanker and you see a new name, make the new fish seem welcome. Just let them know that we're glad that they're here. Yeah, we got lots of mods in here keeping it clean. Thank you guys so much. No shenanigans here in the community tank. We're all just going to get along, fill this place up with some encouragement. Let's get those new tankers acclimated. Let them know this is a safe space to bring their ideas to the community buffet. IMG Snap hangs a toe in the water to check it. Yep, it's warm. I don't know. Listen, I wouldn't kid you about that. I don't like the cold water. So yeah. Somebody said hi, Daryl. Daryl Deemer. So glad to see you, bro. And listen, I think last week I was busy recognizing all the mods, doing a lot of work, and you're one of the hardest working mods, and I did not hear that I recognized you, so I apologize, bro. Certainly an oversight. I appreciate all you do, and especially your long-term support. I mean, ever since we met at Aquatic Experience, you've just been a supporter of the River Life channel, and I appreciate you and all the work you do as a mod here. Okay, my chat's just going crazy because there's so many of you guys in here. 84 watching. Thank you guys for pouring over here from KG Tropicals, and many of you were here before KG Tropicals stream ended. Thank you especially for being here. The notification squad in the house. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and get this party started. Let me see if I can get some lights turned on here. Time to turn on the lights. And if you heard me pouring the coffee in the background, I apologize for that. Cheers. Jay's better room in the house. Look what I found. I found another River Life koozie. It's one I had in the coffee cabinet because I had cut it so I could use on my coffee cups. And the water was a little chilly back at the river property. We go down on the deck for morning coffee on the river. The old River Life koozie came in handy. Keeps cold drinks cold, warm drinks warm. We got to get some more koozies. You guys want some koozies? Keep talking about it. Yeah, got it lit up in here. What's next? Moving on. We got the lights turned on. It's for real now. Got the new tankers acclimating. Got the roll called. And Silly Susie, first time I think I've seen you here. And my voice reminds you of a high school biology teacher. Only science class I ever got an A in. Well, that's good. And I happen to enjoy the study of biology myself. So welcome aboard. Jamie Cross in the house. Oh, Jamie, do you like that shirt? I had to go a long way to get that. Would you be upset, Jamie, if I referred to you as River Daughter? I don't know. Well, I'm glad you're here. And Yeah, I'm looking forward to the holidays so we can hang out, get to hang around with my grandson. Oh, Greg Bean saying hi to Pam. Don Gallagher, what's going on? Yeah, sit back and enjoy the feeding. And I want you to consume your part, Don, so we don't have any food left over. No toxins in the community tank. All right? We're building the community buffet here. It's for all the community members in the community tank to partake in. And let me say, I was most definitely complimented when I was listening to King and Queen Cichlids live stream, and Scott said that he was able to catch a portion of our live stream and heard me say that we're building the community buffet, a safe space for community members to bring healthy ideas that want to grow and encourage the community so that others, any others can come by. If they see something they like, they can take it and share it. If they know somebody else, they can bring them over and say, hey, check this out. But we ask that if they don't like it, they don't spit on it. It might be just what the other guy needs. Scott said he heard that. It spoke to him, and he was going to try to make that a part of his decision-making from now on. So it was just heartfelt, touching, Scott, that you heard that and that it meant something to you. So, and I love you already. So I'm glad that you found something in the community tank that could enhance your quality of life, and I hope that it does. I'm sure it will. I mean, it's kind of a decision. It's a lifestyle change. I think we all, especially, I know when I was younger, we kind of default the other way. Maybe we pick at things a little bit and just decided after getting old, I guess, older, it was wasted resource, wasted energy. Why don't we see what we can do if we encourage and build things and build bridges instead of walls and connect things and start using and more often than or. Just cool ideas. We're going to see how it works. That's the way we're doing it here at the River Life Community Tank Live and also over on the Facebook page. So things are happening over there. We'll mention that later. But before we get too far, let me throw out some CHUM. The CHUM is just something I put in the tank for you guys to chew on all night long. An idea comes to mind, throw it in there. Not time sensitive. There's no shelf life. I throw it out here and we talk about it all night. Multi-Tank Addiction says Don in all caps with exclamation points. So that Don Gallagher, I guess it's Don Gallagher, popular guy. I can see why. And then we've got KG Cichlids in the house. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome. Okay, Kevin Green. Now, the CHUM. I want you to think about this and throw up some ideas. And I think you're going to surprise yourselves. We're going to surprise each other with our creativity. And it's very simple. And here's the CHUM. Here's the question. You throw up your answers throughout the night. What are some advantages of having a clamp on a 5-gallon bucket? That's it. It's just that simple. So you think about it. And I thought about it while I was working out in the new fish studio this week. Several times caught myself smiling, thinking, I'm glad I had that clamp on that bucket. So what are some ideas you can come up with? How many benefits can you identify to having a clamp on a 5-gallon bucket? Let's see. Zen Ginger with keep the siphon in, which is better than the siphon coming out of the bucket, right? Definite, probably number one on my list. And sometimes the siphon comes out of the bucket in my fish studio, I'll tell you. So that clamp on the bucket prevents that for sure. Hung Chow with a $2 super chat. And he says that knowing I'm an EV owner, he loves me even more. Well, that's very special. And I love you more, knowing that you love me more, Hung Chow, if that's possible. And, I wouldn't say I'm a crusader or an evangelist for EV, but certainly I'm a believer in the technology and the benefits and how I transport myself across town. So yeah, I don't have any regrets of owning an EV. In the case, I'm an early adapter, so my preference would be the next EV I have to have a longer range. Other than that, very happy with the Nissan Leaf. Plop and drop method, need a clip. Hey, Zen Ginger, on a roll. I clamp a 5-gallon bucket at all times. Okay, Ed, tell us about that. Why? Chattanooga Ed says it's just standard. That's the way he does business. So let's list some reasons. And it doesn't have to be an actual experience. It can be a hypothetical. If you can think of a reason that it might be good to have a clamp, that's fine. Throw it up there. I think this is good chum exercise, I think. Moonstone KK says the python. I'm going to try to catch up here. Dry shoes. John Q. Dirt Ramper. Hey, how's it going? Welcome aboard. I don't think I've said your name before. Nice to know you. Hold your net, says Chelsea Riley. Yeah, helps keep the net on the edge. IMG Snap. Hang your hand towel. Most of these I've done. I'll tell you one. Way less mess. Keeping net steady. Water changes. Keeping the siphon. There you go. And one that I know, this is just the small one. When I guess I was lifting the 5-gallon bucket full of water out of the sink. And when I let go of the handle after it reached the ground, it didn't fall all the way to the side, so I had to bend all the way over to get the handle. It fell into the clamp, and I didn't have to bend over so far to grab the handle. So it's a small thing, but it was very convenient. It was one of those smiles I was telling you about. Scott Gordon says, good day, Dr. Black. Is Blackie in the house? Let's see here. Dr. Black, 66, is here. Welcome. Good day. Good to see you again, sir and friend. Saying hello to everybody, yeah, because that's the way Blackie is, a friendly guy. And Don Gallagher says when he transports fish, he uses a clamp to hold the air line in the bucket. Yep, and then he goes ahead and plugs in his pump to the AC adapter in the car. Yep, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm going to enjoy, I'm having to skip through the chat right now, but I am so going to enjoy reading this later. You guys are awesome. Thanks for sharing. Melissa Jeswell making a joke. Cichlids 23. Hey, good to see you. All right. Keep the coffee koozie handy? Sure could. Heck yeah. Yep, the bandana, the nitrile gloves, anything you got that you need near the bucket, boom, there it is. Okay, that's awesome. Guys, Melissa says she's not joking. Okay. That's a benefit, not one I necessarily recommend, Melissa Jeswell. Don't put the clamp on your lips. Okay, all right. I'm moving on. You guys keep it going. You keep that going. I got to read all of this chat later, but we got a show to do here. My goodness, 95 watching now. Somebody send up a flag if we get over 100. That would be just awesome. I appreciate all of you guys being here. Vinoski's in the house. Vinoski Tank says, hi, guys. Okay, good. What a great group of people in here. And there is KG Tropicals, Mr. # how dare you. That was pretty cool. And some of the tankers here, John, were on to you. They were guessing before you said it that it would be # how dare you. Terry's Tropical Tanks lurking. Lurk right away. Glad to have you lurking over there, Terry's Tropical Tanks. All right, we're moving on. We got the chum in the water. We're talking about what are some benefits. We're identifying benefits to having a clamp on a 5-gallon bucket. And so far, we all defaulted to the fish room or in the aquarium area. But probably as we go on, we got a guest in the studio. We're going to get outside the fish room. And what else can you do with that bucket with the clamp on it? Looky, do you want to say hello to the river lifers? Come here. You want a treat? Come on. Come here. You got to get up. You don't like the microphone? All right. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. You good girl. Come here. Come here. You want a treat? Oh, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's a good girl. Here, take it. Oh, that's a good girl. Did you guys take a look at Lookout, the retriever? Oh, yeah. She's such a good girl. She is. Here, you can have another treat. There you go. Thanks for coming on board tonight, Lookie. This is Lookout. We call her Lookie when she's doing good. She's a rescue Chesapeake Bay retriever, and she's shy. I don't know anything about her past other than her and her sister were dropped off at a rescue by someone who found them by the side of the road. Oh, now you know where the stash is. You like? Okay, there you go. Yes. You're the talent tonight, so you get extra treats. Okay. Yeah, John's apologizing to someone in the chat over there, KG Tropicals. It says it gets hectic at the end. He's not lying about that. You have to actually do a live stream to know what all goes into doing a live stream. It is absolutely crazy, the number of hours it takes to do a 1 hour production. I'm not complaining. IMG Snap. Yeah, this is my second Chessie. The first Chessie I had, her name was Okra Coke, and we called her Cokie. So if you recognize these names, it's because I named my retrievers after lighthouses on the North Carolina coast. And we laughed about if we ever got another retriever after Okra Coke, knowing that the next lighthouse was called Lookout. You're going to name your dog Lookout? Yeah, I guess we did. I guess that's what we did. Jay's Better Room says beautiful pup, and I concur. She is drop dead gorgeous and so sweet. We think she's probably got some golden retriever mixed in. She's not as aggressive as the full Chessie, but if she wants you to know that she can bark, she can bark. She'll tell you all about it. Okay, hashtag I dare you people in the house. Glad to have you here. No more lies. First time I ever heard Shy and Chesapeake in the same sentence. And that's not necessarily a good thing. We love her, and she's only ever known love, but there's some trauma in her past, I'm sure. But no more. Now we just make each other happy. We encourage each other. She likes it when I do bonsai work and listen to Zen music. She chills with me. Chattanooga Ed said, that dog's not named after a lighthouse, it's named after a mountain. And that could be right, too. A bucket to carry tennis balls, a clip to attach a leash, and you play ball in the park with Lookie. The Zen Ginger, always thinking. There you go. And Melissa Jeswald used to breed Dalmatians. Don't we love our dogs? Dorcula was in here. She and Corey at Aquarium Co-op have beautiful Chihuahuas that they've rescued. And man, they just are part of the family. That's just the way it is. Chewy in the house? Chewy, how are you doing? Good to see you again. We've got a lot of great people in this chat. Lots of experience, lots of knowledge. Everybody having a good time, just being good to each other. I love this. It's a great social time. Thank you guys for being so cool. All right, let's see if it's time for a feeding frenzy up here. Could be. Let's see. Give it a whirl. Oh, yeah. In the feeding frenzy, we're going to talk about last week's video released on Tuesday. The new Fish Studio. Best project. Absolutely the best project. Some of the things you guys said about that Tuesday release, we did a premiere. Several of you guys were there. Thank you so much. Tuesday at 9 a.m., typically the premiere time. You said, great looking, amazing, great video. I want that. Love your videos. That cabinet is awesome. Love the Battis tank. Looking wonderful. And you went on and on, saying such nice things about my video, and I appreciate it. I mean, that's a currency that I need to know that we're doing well over here at the River Life YouTube channel. That thing had, I promise, over 70 clips that I edited through to put together. Lots more hours than usual, but I had that idea. If you watch the video, there's a couple of different creative threads that run through the whole thing, kind of tying it all together. And I wanted to do it. And once you dive into a project and you get so far along, no turning back. So that it is what it is. New fish studio, which is, it's a fish room. It is a fish room, but I'm doing a different style than my previous fish room. And it feels more like a studio instead of a lot of project tanks, which we did in the last fish room. It's more of display tanks, just a few display tanks, probably going to be aquascaping planted tank heavy. I think that's the direction we're going in. So that's what's up. That's what was going on in the feeding frenzy. And let's see that that video. We'll talk more about it later. Let's move on to the topics tonight, including the surface level. Up at the top of the community tank, we have got a Facebook group, and the Facebook group is called the River Life Community Tank Live Facebook group. And man, did we have a membership drive, it seems, an explosion this week. Over 120 members now. Cool people just like yourselves. Many of you here are members, and we're sharing all kinds of things that help us help each other, that help the community, the immediate community that we are, and the extended community that reaches beyond our continent. And we're just having some fun, just doing some things. There's crocheting on there. Jennifer Shepard does crocheting. I don't see her in here tonight. Check it out. There's fish room tips. There's fish room hacks. There's new aquarium builds. There's Project Piava. There's Alex Winchell. We'll talk more about him. You guys know him as Tank Tested. He became a member last week for a very special reason. Got a special invite. Tesla delayed their reveal by 5 minutes. That is so typical Tesla. Always late and always over budget. So yeah, now I'm not surprised at all. But typically worth it. That's not spewing any venom or shade over there at Tesla. That's just the way it is. It's kind of like a government project. Shouldn't have mentioned the government. Sorry about that. Okay, moving on. We've got the Facebook group going on where we're doing great things. It's grown to over 120 members thanks to you guys. Welcome, jump in, participate. No bullying, no tolerance. If it's not friendly and encouraging and in line with where we're headed. No sales that aren't authorized by me. They just get immediately deleted. And the sales that are authorized by me, especially this week and continuing through the holiday, the coming holiday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday sales that are of interest to fish keepers are going to be permitted. Right now we've got a new Black Friday sale listed on the Facebook group for Jacob's Aquarium. And you might want to check that video out if you're into aquarium plants. That's a pretty big deal going on over there. Last week we had a pre-Black Friday sale from Flip Aquatics. I heard Rob saying a video that over there at Flip Aquatics they wrapped up the pre-Black Friday sale, which was on their livestock, the biggest sale of the year on their livestock. He says it just gets too crazy to try to ship livestock during the Black Friday weekend, so he does it a week before. I think going into Black Friday, his dry goods are also going to be on sale. Okay, and I'm looking for super chats and loud announcements in the chat right now because I kind of lost track. All right, I don't see any. If I missed any, somebody wave and I'll try to jump back on that. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I'm lost. You guys, good. You guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's good. I don't see any more CHUM responses. Somebody will think of something before too awful long. Okay. Let's go down to the mid swimmers, the middle of the community tank, right in the middle of the water column. We can talk about the making of the new Fish Studio video. I told you already, it was 70 plus clips of editing. We ended up with over 11 minutes of finished production. Did have, the last time I checked, 266 views, 62 likes, maybe a couple dislikes. So thank you guys for watching that and for your comments. Several good comments about so much that was going on in that video. I seriously had been accumulating things, including the boxes you saw that were opened, the painting that I did during the time I was filming, and acquiring the different pieces in the fish studio and setting up the Battis Aquascape planted tank. It was over a month in the making. So that was one. I don't really want to repeat that process. I'd like to be more raw and less finished, but I had a lot of stuff to get caught up on, and that's the creative way I found to roll it into one video and throw it at you. Thank you so much for checking it out. All of you, if you haven't seen it yet, please take some time to watch that video. I would say at least it's entertaining. There's some entertainment value. I'll give you that. Moonstone KK dropping a $10 super chat. LOL. I love my tips as a pro master dog groomer. Here's a tip for being a pro master fish keeper. #pros. Nice. That is so nice. I just got an Instagram notification. Reminds me, if you're not following me on Instagram, you're welcome to do that. It's RiverLifeTN. I think my last post was a new tank build that I did. So you can check that out over there on the Instas. And let's see. We can move on to the bottom dwellers now. We're going to the bottom of the community tank and see what's going on down there. And that is the Fish Studio update. And when you watch the video, you'll see that we've got new pieces of furniture, new aquariums, new plants. And listen, this is just the beginning. I don't mean to overstate. This is a brand new Fish Studio. You got to check it out. Nope, it's just the beginning of one. It's one corner of the space, but it's awesome. It reveals the aesthetic, the style, the direction, a little bit about the scale, although that will change. We got a couple of major projects coming along. You guys are hitting me up on Insta now. Thank you very much for that. Kaler's Aquatics is a #1 fan and proves it with a $10 super chat and a super sticker of the dancing #1 fan pair with a headband. That's awesome. Thank you very much for that, Bob. Thank you, Candi, for posting that link. Yep, they're rolling in. Thank you, guys. Thank you for hitting me up on the Instagram. Yeah, so the Fish Studio update is underway and growing. Now, I was talking about the priorities, moving and all. We've got some major structural things to do, so we may or may not move in a hurry on that. And in the meantime, we're just going to do other things. So I mentioned we may not even share the build out with you because of that. It's not going to be something we can set a schedule and watch this for the next 6 weeks, because at this point, at this juncture, there could be a lull in the action. Okay. Thank you for your forbearance there. I appreciate that. And thank you again for another Instagram hit. Excuse me. Also down the bottom, I got some guppies because, right, last week the CHUM question was how many guppies can I have in my 10-gallon? One of the answers that River Life pointed out to me that I missed on air was 2. They'll fill it up. So sure enough, I run on down to the fish store and get some guppies, and day 2 in the quarantine tank, fry. And then day 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, fry. 3 dozen fry. Yep. So whoever said 45, pretty close in my 10-gallon. So I don't plan on keeping them. I plan on growing the fry out a little bit and seeing if my local fish store can take care of the rehoming those for me. Typically, they're really good about that. And I really don't want that many guppies, but I do want a plant nursery. So I just set up and it's a mess. I set up an aquarium for plants, and I wanted some plant fertilizers in there. So I'm using the guppies. And a backstory on that. The guppies are heirloom guppies. They were my wife's dad's guppies, who has since passed. My father-in-law has passed, and so we have the remaining guppies, which were the first fish in my first fish room, which was several years ago on the river. Before we started YouTube, I had got a 3.5 gallon aquaponic tank to put the guppies in. So we have, of those guppies, we have 2 males left. So I went to the fish store to get some females to keep the heirloom line going, right? We can't be the ones that stop the heirloom guppy line. So those were the 2 fish that we had left from the first fish, the original fish that got everything started, which came out of her dad's tank. And that probably helped me to land River Wife. My friends and family were warning her while we were dating of my peculiar behaviors. And she said, like what? And they said, he keeps fish in jars and everything. And, raising the fry, separating. And she said, oh, like my dad. So they weren't peculiar behaviors to her. Just, people who grow up and don't ever adapt an appreciation for fish keeping. They don't understand what it is to be a fish keeper. And my mom was, limiting, here's your first fish bowl, here's your first 10 gallon, here's your first 29 gallon, but never metastatic tanks. You can have one. And that was cool for a minute. I have one more treat, looky. Yeah, but so then as a kid, I could have one tank. Then as an adult, it was like, all those tanks I wanted. Now I can have those tanks. So at one time, I think probably the highest number of tanks I ever had operational was like 60 fish tanks. Then I bred poison dart frogs for a while, and there was probably, I don't know, it was probably less than 20 tanks of poison dart frogs. But it's that life. It's that husbandry and propagation and observing nature, learning about the animals, where they're from, their habitat, the people that are in their habitat. It's just so cool. It's just awesome. So anyway, I dig fish keeping and hanging out with positive fish keeping people. That's why we're here talking about on the bottom of the tank, guppies and plants and quarantine tank fry. On the aquascape, an update on the aquascape tank. I'm getting a little algae, which isn't bad. That's a natural thing. I think I'm going to add an autosynclus to the Battis tank. And also, I've got a coolie loach in there with those guys, and it is taking care of business. I love that fish as a tank mate for the Battis. I feed frozen bloodworms, and it takes care of the cleanup. And what it doesn't get is a few casings of the bloodworms left. I use a turkey baster to suck those out with. It's working out really good. The young, small coolie loach just doing a fantastic job. On the, I don't know if you can tell, on the feeding of the bloodworms, I had a serious reaction. And my eyes were like swollen shut. This eye had 2 styes on it, one on the inside, one on the outside. It was like, it cleared up just in time to do the live stream last week. I guess I would have streamed anyway, but I would have used my sunglasses. It was horrible. It was bad. So after the reaction, I recognized it, and I started using nitrile gloves. So one-use gloves. I feed the bloodworms, get the food back into their plastic bag, and then the bag with the food in it back in the freezer, throw the gloves away. And I haven't had any major issues since then, but it was pretty scary. I know some of you guys know what I'm talking about. That bloodworm allergy is no joke. It's serious business. It's 11:09. It's about 10 minutes after 11. We've been going for about 40 minutes. Got 70 watching now. Probably some likes. The way I've got this configured, I can't see. 79 likes. We got more likes than we got people in here. Way to go. Awesome. Nice people. You guys are the best. You're the best. Did we ever get over 100? Haven't been watching. 5-gallon bucket with a grocery bag clipped at the top. Instant trash can. Boom. Zen Ginger still rolling. Can't stop her. Can't stop her. No, it's not. It's not decaf, but now that you've called attention, River Daughter, to my coffee, I'll have some more. Maybe a little creamer. I don't do creamer in the mornings, but in the evening, it's more of a dessert type beverage. Yeah. Well, when you get my age, you know, you get tired sooner, right? I'm 37 years old, loving every minute of it. I feel it in the mornings, though. Oh, thanks for hanging around, Hung Chow. Self in Aquatics. Hey, how's it going? First time I've noticed you in the chat tonight. Welcome. Multi-Tank Addiction. Getting ready to talk to you about something or two. Before we leave, no, we're done. Let's get off the bottom of the tank. Let's get a water change up in here. It's time for a water change. We're going to change it up. Let's change the subject. It is 10 after 11. 11:11, 74 people watching. I'm going to look at this other monitor, see what's happening. Okay. 85 likes. Man, guys, that is strong. Bob Kaler questioning my age and my math, I feel like. Okay, Bob. Is it the crow's feet? Is that what gives it away? The gray and the beard? I don't know. Yeah. 48? Would you buy 48? 56. That's it. I'm 56. Wishing I was 37. Oh, but getting old ain't all bad. It's not. I mean, my judgment is sharper than ever. Reflexes slowed off. I mean, they've slowed down a little bit, tapered off. But the judgment, keen. Can't complain. And the water change. Let's talk about upcoming fish shows. Now, you know, I'm a big attendee at Aquashella and Aquatic Experience, and I've been to numerous of both of those awesome events. And I know some of you guys have too. I've seen you there. That's funny, Chris. We'll talk about that in a minute. Kaler's going to be 64 in a week. Okay, you guys remember that. Bob Kaler, Kaler's Aquatics, is having a birthday in a week. Check him out. Wish him a happy birthday, will you? The guy deserves it. Let him know you're thinking about him. Going to be 64, still up in here at 11:13 doing moderator work, heavy lifting. Pam, I know better than that. You do not. Okay. All right. So yeah, those two are going on, but I'm looking for something else. And Riverwife has discovered a show that I think we're going to try to attend. I don't know the name of, is it the Koi and Goldfish show in Orlando? Central Florida Koi Association. I don't know. Somebody help me out if you know what I'm talking about. It's a March event, and it's a koi and goldfish show. I'd love to go see some pretty awesome goldfish because, you know, we've talked about this, right, guys? Probably goldfish are going to have a place in the new studio. I'd love to have some awesome goldfish in the new studio. So that's coming up in March in Orlando. Everyone, 37, that's such a good age, right? Things are happening in your life usually at that stage. I'm looking for anybody who knows what's happening in March in Orlando. Anybody seen Riverwife in here? She usually helps out with those kind of things. All right, Hung Chow says that the Tesla reveal was worth the wait. Not surprised. After the stream, I'm going to check that out. 11:15. We're at the 11:15 mark. We're going to be on here for about another 15 minutes, maybe a little more. Jeremy says, aren't I? River Life, what? Jeremy, what else? What was the first part of that? Because I totally missed it. Okay, we're moving along. We're going to a koi and goldfish show in March in Orlando. I'll get more information. Fishroom Fever, thanks, James, says koi show, and he's got a link. So, what I'm sure about is March in Orlando, which sounds good to me. I'll get down there and check out some stuff. Yeah, River Wife, Jeremy. Is that what it was? Yeah. There she is. River Wife in the house, Central Florida Koi and Goldfish Show, March 22nd through 24th. And probably she's saying, just like I told you, I already told you that. What? How come you don't remember that? Well, no, she doesn't say that. She's used to that by now. Why was he referring to himself in the third party? Well, River Life says... It sounds alike. I'm sorry. That's actually why I started using it, because it sounded alike. River Wife and River Life. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's happening. And now we can get into the creative portion of the show, the aquascaping portion, which I love. What I found when I started writing these shows was, wow, I've got one line for 10 segments, and I've got a paragraph every week which is like 8 or 9 lines written for the aquascaping. So I guess I'm an artist. I am a creative. I'm a creator. I'm a maker. So yeah, that all makes sense. And so now YouTube's the platform and the stream is the vehicle. So here we go. River Life. I'm sorry if I'm slurping in the microphone. I'm trying to keep my throat hydrated so it doesn't crack. The voice doesn't crack. River Life, Art for a Cause, going strong, underway. We've been doing different variations of Project Piaba art and making donations to Project Piaba. I got my buddy Chris, Multi-Tank Addiction, on board. I guess here's the first one I did. Did this painting and gave it to the booth at Project Piaba at Aquatic Experience, and then have since done a couple more. And there goes the technology again, being smarter than I am. So I asked Chris if he would do a original painting of a cardinal tetra that we could put here, and then do prints that he would sell from his website, Multi-Tank Addiction website, and then give a portion of those proceeds to Project Piaba. He was all on board. He went over to the booth, talked to Project Piaba about it. They said they loved it. So Chris has completed the original painting. I think you're still here, right? Chris? Yes. So Chris says it's been shipped, and went to the post office today, and they said it's expected tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to go back to the post office, and I hope to have my original Cardinal Tetra painting from Chris at Multi-Tank Addiction, and he'll have prints available on his website, Multi-Tank Addiction website. Candi has the link there. Thank you very much. And we'll be on our way. We're going to have some nice fish art by Chris right here. So thanks for that, Chris. And Chris has a couple of more projects going on that are helping the community. That would be our extended community, Project Piaba down there in the Amazon, the Rio Negro, Amazonas, Brazil. He also has a project going with them, a coloring book. So he'll be doing a coloring book that adults can enjoy, and maybe not limited to adults, but I'm just throwing that out there because of all the COPPA talk going on. Not targeting anyone but adults. Enough said. We good? So, and not only that, he did a calendar of which part of the proceeds go to benefit one of our moderators, Pam, 54 Punchie, the art of fish keeping. So that was pretty awesome. So check with Chris on those items. that he's reaching out, helping the community with. And Candi, are you still hosting a GoFundMe for 54 Punchie? You can put that link in the chat. If so, and you can check in with 54 Punchie, the Art of Fish Keeping. She does a live stream. She'll tell you all about why we're helping her out. She needs a little help right now. The community's coming through. Candi hosted a GoFundMe for her, and I think that's really helping out. Bob Kaler, another moderator in the community tank. You see a lot of community work going on here. I love that. See you later, Don. I appreciate you being here, buddy. Bob Kaler, Kaler's Aquatics, hosting a GoFundMe for Candi Overhuls family. And they've had some, Stacy, the husband, had some medical issues. Bad timing in life, right? I'm glad we are a strong community and we do care about each other, and we are reaching out with our love and prayers and support other ways as we can to help these folks. There we go. It's all there in chat. All the links are in chat. You can see how we help each other help each other. It's what we do. And I've called some names that I'm aware of, and I'm sure that many of us have done many things that will never be recognized. And it's great to be involved in a giving community like that. Okay, so that was the Art for a Cause. And I did another painting. Let me grab that. What happened where we were hanging out, having a good time, like we are not, tonight. 59 still watching, 11:22. So I mentioned I had a painting. If someone would make a donation of $50 to Project Piaba, I would give them a painting. And 2 people did. Jess Shrimp Granny got the first painting, and she did an unboxing in her live stream Sunday night. She got the painting. And then Ginger Graves also gave a $50 donation. And I only had one painting, so I felt like I wanted to do one for Ginger Graves and ask her if that would be all right. And she said, yeah. She'd love to have one. So it's unlike the other 2, but still reminiscent of the cardinal tetra. That's the fish that's so important to Project Piaba. They collect sustainably with zero impact to the wild population of the cardinal tetra down there in the Rio Negro, and keeps families employed in the fish catching industry, which supply the aquarium hobby. And they not only don't slash and burn the rainforest, but they protect their rainforest from others who might prefer to slash and burn the rainforest. So that's the Project Piaba pitch. Again, in short, attached to this painting. But now I need some community help here. I didn't find where Ginger Graves left us a shipping address. So, and I don't see her in here tonight. If anyone knows how to get in touch with Ginger Graves, tell her I need a shipping address to get that in the mail to her. And she may have already sent it and I missed it. Could have been. But anyway, I'd love for her to have that. Yeah, I don't know if you're supposed to have a favorite. This might be my favorite. Maybe I just had more fun painting it. I don't know. But it's also a part of the painting of this fish, this painting. The painting of this painting? Yeah. Is in the video. New Fish Studio. It's right in there, so you can check it out. Ginger Graves, big winner. Got to get that to her. She gave a nice donation to Project Piaba. That was so cool. All right, I got 11:24. I got to scan through chat. Somebody wave at me if I missed something. You probably already have. Some of the mods, their hands have waved off. Dude, tired of waving. Okay, marching on down the avenue. What is next? How about the school? You guys want to go to school? All right. The tankers are schooling right now. They're schooling up. I'm not going to read that out loud, Fish Room Fever, but it's pretty exceptional. That took a lot of thought. Thank you for that. Nathan Alexander, good to see you. Yeah, a triptych, Nathan. Is that what yeah, that would be cool. But my mind works with the paintbrush in abstract ways. I don't know. It could happen. I don't know. It's a good idea. Congratulations on the new tank. Awesome. Anyone getting new fish, congratulations. Vern Ellis getting it done. Jet Milano, welcome aboard. 62 still watching. Man, you guys rock. All right, let's go to school. All right, here's the question. It's funny. I just got a notification that I'm going live. 11:26, and I get a notification. That's cool. I got a warm-up trivia question for you. Thanks, Chris. I got your message. Awesome. Here's a warm-up trivia question for the school. You guys are aquarists. This will be easy. Just throw it up in chat. Everybody get ready. Get your keyboard ready. Fingers loose. Here you go. And we're going to be exact here. Okay? Exact. Exactly how much does a pound of water weigh? Let's see what we have to say. I'm catching up on chat while you get your guesses in. Got to be exact. Oh, James Holbrook. James Holbrook was first to get it right. Now here comes the others. Yeah. Yeah, some of you said, no way. No way, Rack. You're not getting me on that, you old wisecracker. Yeah, so some of you are guessing, I would say 8.8 pounds per gallon. But if you'll go back and watch the replay, you'll hear that I very cleverly said how much exactly does a pound of water weigh. So that was just a warm-up trivia question. Absolutely, it was a trick question. It was trick. Yeah, we'll throw it out. Not going to count against you. Okay. Chewy's 8.9. I wouldn't argue with that. Multi-Tank Addiction says 16 ounces. What a wise guy. Also correct, Chris. All right. But the actual question for the school tonight is, easy does it, driving and texting there, Kevin. Okay. Riverwife's talking about her dad's guppies. Hey, they opened up a whole new world for me. I love those guppies. And that was the gateway fish for me into fish keeping were guppies. I was 4 years old and watching my mom tend the guppy bowl, taking the fry out. Here we are. The question tonight for the school is, Maria Z, what is happening? All right. Which aquarium product manufacturer asks hobbyists to submit their ideas to their idea center? Which aquarium product manufacturer does that? An aquarium product manufacturer that asks hobbyists to submit their ideas to their idea center. Do you know? See, Kim is a good guest, the Zen Ginger. Tampa Tom, hey, good to see you. I don't know if I've called you out tonight, but it's good to see you, Tampa Tom. Tetra, also another good guest. Hey, Barbara Cross, River Mom in the house. I love you too, Mom. And it's just awesome that my mom has a YouTube account so she can watch her son, River Life, do a live stream. I'm very honored that you would go to that extent to support me. And you always have. And I hope you just heard me tell all the community tankers that watching you take care of our guppies when I was 4 years old was the gateway that brought me into fish keeping. Aquio, API. Stephanie Berry says API. Guess what? That's the correct answer. Stephanie Berry, you are so smart. And if you didn't know that, check out API. Hikari, could have been. It's in ginger. Listen, Candy, thanks for being nice to my mom. I appreciate that. Check out API, man. They're on their website. They're asking hobbyists to drop their ideas. I know API as a aquarium chemical company, an aquarium test kit, and testing, goods. They do the strips and the chemicals, but they do food. Are they doing aquarium kits? I think they're part of the Mars Corporation, and maybe they have farther reaching things. I know they are really involved in conservation. And that's why I selected them as the subject to shout out for the school tonight, because they do so much. They donate so much money, currency from API to conservation efforts. They have a board member on the Project Piaba board. They're doing great things in saltwater, building artificial reefs all over the world. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Lots of measurables as far as achievements go. So I'm on board with API. Glad to give them a shout out. And as I was studying more about them, out of nowhere, I found this idea center. I was like, wow. Now, my follow-up, the next time I get a chance to talk to API, the last time was at Aquatic Experience. The follow-up is going to be, do they recognize the hobbyists if their idea goes to implementation? And if so, how? So if I uncover that information, I'll share it with you. If you've had an idea that they've accepted and used and received some recognition, let us know. Yeah, Chris says they're doing fish food and turtle products too. Yeah, they're expanding, but it was neat for me to learn that they're a corporation with a conscience, and they have some fiscal responsibility that I'm not sure everyone does in the industry, and that is, they have a maximum amount of margin that they can earn each year. And after that, all of the earnings have to go into sustainability. So they're constantly upgrading their process and their facility and their product to make it more sustainable and less impactful. Pretty good stuff. That's what I know about API so far. Happy to give them a shout out. Hashtag API. Hashtag not sponsored. API hasn't given me anything to say anything, just a personal observation. I did buy a ticket to get into Aquashella, and I got a small sample packet of aquarium salt at the API booth after I bought the ticket. Okay. That was the school. Man, you guys are smart. I'm smarter every time I hang out with you guys. Jay's Bedroom, hashtag FishTube for life. Cheers. General care. Yeah, doing the med trio in the aquarium co-op med trio in the quarantine tank now. That is erythromycin, excuse me, and general cure, along with some whatever the ick medicine is that Corey sold with that product 2 years ago because it was a large bottle. And now the spawn. What is happening in the future of the River Life YouTube channel and the Community Tank live stream? It's 11:34. We're going to wrap up here with the spawn. It's a plant nursery. I set up a tank, ordered some plants from Jacob's Aquarium that you can see in the video there, the new fish studio. And I just threw some plants down. It's a mess, but it's a plant nursery, one that I can draw plants from whenever I set up a tank, including one like the Ming Dynasty. That was the one that I put up on Instagram. And I'm not sure if I can show you that or not, but I'll give it a whirl. It is on Instagram if we're not able to get it here on the stream. There we go. Minimalistic design, Asian influence, obviously. It's a 15-gallon aquarium, and I love it quite a bit. It's pretty nice. Yeah, so that's going on. Just took a few plants out of the plant nursery to do that, and I don't know how long that's going to stay set up. Actually, 58 of you still watching. Thank you for being here. I did set that up to figure out some scale issues in the fish studio. So that thing, the finished height of the aquarium is armpit height. So I'm thinking about a custom monster tank, and that's the height I want to work with, so I can reach into the aquarium without a ladder. You know, at 37 years old, I have to watch my step. So that thing is set up, and I like that. I like that height. It's not, it's different than any height for viewing that I've ever seen. It's a little higher, but no big deal. If you watch the video, the new fish studio, you'll see I have included in that a fish viewing or aquarium viewing bench. So sitting on the bench at a comfortable distance away, it's not a strain on your neck looking up to see the aquarium. It's pretty nice. So finished height is here. It's also set up in the center of the floor on, to hit that microphone, on a rack. So it's an island tank. So it's the first island tank I've ever done where you have 360-degree access. And what I learned pretty quickly about that is you're going to have to do some cord management. If you're running electricity to the tank, if I thought about going up, and way too distracting visually. So got to go down to the floor and figure out the least path to run the cords, hide the cords, whatever. So that happened. And then how much space do you actually need around the entire perimeter? So, I mean, regardless of the size of the tank, this is a 15-gallon. I think it'll be a larger tank that I end up making an island tank with Aquascape in this area. But how much space do you need for a human average size to navigate and get around the tank to do maintenance and whatnot? So we're resolving lots of scale issues with this tank. And then the interior is just a scaled down model of my vision for a monster tank, which would involve larger pots and larger plants. And I like the air bubbles, going back to the bubble wall. So River Wife liked that too. I showed it to her. She made some contributions to that tank. And removed a couple of things, rearranged a couple of things, and it looks pretty good now. I'm down with the old Ming Dynasty tank. What do you think? Hey, JH, welcome aboard. Later, Jay's Better Room. I missed all the comments. Did anybody have any comments about that Ming Dynasty? ICX, that's what it is, Candy. Thank you. And you can check it out on Instagram. It's also on the River Life Community Tank Live Facebook group. I hope all you guys will come over there and join up. Come along for the ride with us. And last week, we talked about the Project Piaba expedition. Alex Winchell was selected for that. You know him as Tank Tested on YouTube. I posted something on the Facebook group about him being selected. He's a former National Geographic video producer, so he's going to do awesome things for Project Piaba. I can't wait to see what this guy does with some Project Piaba video on location in the Rio Negro. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for getting that link up, Candy. Okay, River Wife says maybe show the Ming Dynasty again. You guys want to see it again? I don't want to bore you with things you don't want to see. Let's see. You know, I've got to somehow reload the source. I'm not getting it. Sorry about that. I do want you to check it out on the Facebook group, though. Same video, 10-second clip. It's also on Instagram if you prefer. My voice is saying You guys can stay as long as you want, but I'm about done for the night. So that's what we talked about last week. That's come to fruition. Our man Alex Winchell, also a community tanker, joined the Facebook group. So he's one of us going on down there and shooting out some awesome video. We're going to all check it out as soon as he gets something published. Let's give him our support. Let's let him know we're thinking about him, rooting for him, and look forward to what he's going to produce. I think that trip is in January. I think it's a January trip. Maria Z, I'd love to show it. I would. I'll try one more time before we... Hey, Bob, you're welcome. I'll try one more time before we go off the air here, but I don't have my hopes up. Have a good night, Jet Milano. That's cool. And then, so next week, we'll talk about what is sustainable. We'll figure it out. We'll talk more about it. We'll get into it. 59 of you watching right now. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your concern for our environment and for each other. Thanks for hanging out with me in this live stream. I'm going to hit the button one more time on the Ming Dynasty. No go. Sorry, folks. We'll maybe queue it up there and keep it around for next week, which is coming up before you know it. It's going to be Thanksgiving. We are going to be broadcasting. We're not taking Thanksgiving off. I'm going to have all of my my meals and eating done by the time we go live. I might need one of those turkey naps before we go live. You know, after you eat turkey, it makes you sleepy. But we're going to be here on Turkey Day. I hope you're going to be here. If not, I hope you have a great time with your family. You guys eat all the mashed potatoes and cranberry sauce. You know, it's going to be a year before you get to eat it again, so take advantage. Maybe have some delicious rolls. I know Riverwife's been making 50 pounds of mashed potatoes because it's a family favorite. People are begging for her mashed potatoes, so every year she does a mashed potato lottery. She announced the winners tonight. They're very happy. And I'm a winner. I'm a winner because I have Riverwife, and I'll be getting some of the mashed potatoes. So win-win. Thank you, Riverlife. I appreciate that. And we're getting ready to turn the lights off here. I'm going to take one more glance up here at the comments if I missed something important. Oh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Transition to activate a video. Chris, we're going to have to talk about that privately because I did that twice. No bueno. Thank you very much, Chattanooga Ed. Great having you here as always, and each and every one of you as well. We're going to go ahead and get the lights turned off here in the community tank. I want you to stay in the tank and get your fish on. Get back here next week on Turkey Day if you can. We'd love to have you. And until then, get out there and see it, love it, and live it. I'll catch you on the next one.